Wow. So can you speak Tree a little bit?
Not much. I know very, very, very little.
Little.
Yeah.
Which one do you know?
I know Konako Drive. My mom said that a lot growing up.
What?
Konako Drive.
Go above.
Konako Drive. Yeah. Konako Drive. Konako Da.
Konako Da.
Mabobia. That one. Mabobia.
Mebubia.
Yeah. Mabobia. That one.
Oh my God.
Of course, little things like Tenacid. Wussy Farm, if we went somewhere. Kofamius.
All right. I wish you for your Vince TV. Our YouTube. Until any day, you best subscribe on my na share. We share madophobia and manifestia. Any bedroom. And now, what your wedding? Pirate beer, where you say a year birthday. Or Tonsa, Vince TV. I baba. Ni ababa boa wasa kwan no so bo mo de se bibia no obehwa maye comment no so hia ye na odo comment na to ase kama ya wo pe no eno ne ebeye amawo Vince TV NSC a wo hwe medin ade for you na couples ayensa aka wo mo enami mi enye yize yankopon adom na me ahye no ho animonyam wo hwe ne di kan ba ya wo hwe ya aware ne ye kama ayensa be kan wo ko na ide ebi so mo say ensamba kom yenu miensa bi na afeye ho ne etoaso. All right, welcome ladies and gentlemen. All right, your name once again please.
My name is Christian.
Christian, your full name is
Christian Bokete Bote.
all right, and
Lisa Ghanaians.
okay, Chris, are you from Ghana?
I was born and raised in Canada.
Oh,
Yeah.
but what about your parents?
My parents were born and raised in Ghana. Yeah. They came to Canada in
So
1990.
Ghana, you know where you come from?
Yeah. My mother is from Lungwa, and my father was born in Accra.
So have you been in Ghana before?
One time.
One time?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
When was that?
When I was 8.
8. Wow, that's great. Anyway, I'll come back to you.
Okay.
Welcome once again, my lady. Oh, that's good. What about you? Have you been in Ghana before?
I've been about 4 times.
4 times.
Yes.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Okay, what about your parents? Where did they come from?
My dad is from Ghana and my mom is from Ghana, but her father's Nigerian, so we're part Igbo too.
Oh,
So she's from Nkranza.
So I see. So have you been in Nigeria before?
Yes, 1 time.
1 time, in Ghana 4 times.
Mhm.
So 4-1.
Yes.
Ghana have winners. Oh, that's great. That's great. Nkranza. BA, bro.
Yes.
Oh, right. That's great. Okay, let me go to my gentleman. Where have you seen this?
In church.
Church?
Church, yeah.
What church is that?
Grace New Covenant Pentecostal Church.
That's where?
This is in Mississauga.
All right. When I was getting married, I saw a lady and I was trying to get in touch with him. I said, no, let me go. Then I called one lady and the lady called my wife for me. You see how it is.
Mm-hmm.
And you know where I saw them? If I tell you, you'll shock. I'll tell you later. But let me ask yours first.
Mm-hmm.
You see him in church. How was it? Somebody connect, or you go, we in back home we call something betweener.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a betweener, or went there boldly yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Let me know. Tell me the story. How do you connect to see? How was it?
So we grew up in the same church for years, and then I ended up leaving Toronto in 2017 or so, and I moved to Ottawa, and I've been there 6 years. And then she moved from Toronto to Montreal. She was there 2 years, so we knew of each other from church, but we weren't very close friends or anything like that. But the way we actually got connected was her mother was praying for her for marriage. And then she said the Lord spoke to her mother about me. And so her mother approached me December of 2021 and asked me to pray about her. And that's where it started.
Wow. So if I calculate it, it's how long? It will be. It's how long now?
It would have
A
been
year, no?
A year, about a
and
year.
5 months?
yeah, a year and
Since
5 months.
January. Since December, yeah.
Yeah,
Year and 5 months.
yeah.
Oh wow. So you both of you know each other well now, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you like best?
About him?
Yeah.
Many things. He's very confident. Also, he knows the Word of God very well. And he doesn't just know the Bible, but he knows about the Bible, about God. He's able to defend the Bible. And yeah, he really loves God. And he's very gentle and kind, very understanding. He's good at communicating. Many good things to say about him.
What about you?
Lisa, I really like how she doesn't seem to be influenced by other people. She seems to guide herself according to what pleases God, and then she just does it. It doesn't matter what anybody else is doing. I really like that about her. That no one else can try to convince her to do something, especially if it doesn't feel right to her. I like that she can stand up for herself, and she's very sensitive to the Holy Spirit. She knows when God is speaking to her. That's really good. She's very good with languages. She's very, very smart. And she's also very kind. She's very caring. She's very thoughtful as well, and she enjoys spending time with me. She enjoys talking to me. She likes hearing what I have to say. I like listening to what she has to say. And she makes me feel valuable. She makes me feel special. And so,
How do you feel today?
I feel very, very at peace. Yeah, I feel like God is taking care of everything. There's nothing to worry about. There's nothing I'm anxious about. I just feel very calm, steady, and a very peaceful state.
That's great. That's great. My queen, how do you feel today?
I'm very good. I had a lot of fun. I was a bit nervous when I was waiting upstairs.
I saw you dancing there.
Yeah.
You get, because you all done the same dance. I feel rehearsed for those dances.
Oh yeah, that one we practiced with my friends because they're not from Ghana, right? So we did the Jerusalem dance together. It wasn't yesterday. It was yesterday. No, the day before. They came to my house and we did a rehearsal. So we practiced that dance. And then the other ones we were just copying my friends and just enjoying. So it was good.
It's good. All right. So Ghana food, which one do you like?
Coco.
Oh, cocoa. You know cocoa?
Yes.
Okay, I'm tuning to GBC one. And the other cocoa?
Coco, yeah. Fried plantain.
Fried plantain. Oh, anything.
Yeah. Beans.
And a beans. Hey, Ghanaian beer. Of course, you know any beer. And then wait, anyway. So, do you know what she's saying about cocoa beer? Do you know that food?
Yeah, I believe you asked her what her favorite food was, and then she said her favorite food was cocoa, and you asked her what she likes to eat.
What about you?
My favorite?
Food.
My favorite, so it's two. I have 1A and 1B. 1A is rice ball with a bangwan, and 1B.
What an abenkwa?
Rice ball.
Rice ball and abenkwa. Mutu.
Yeah.
A mutu and abenkwa.
And a bangwan, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's my favorite one. My mom never called it amutuo. She always called it rice ball for us when I was growing up. Yeah, so,
Wow. So, can you speak Tree a little bit?
Not much. I know very, very, very little.
Little.
Yeah.
Which one do you know?
I know Konako Drive. My mom said that a lot growing up.
What?
Konako Drive.
Go ahead, Bath.
Konako
Jari.
Yeah. Konako Drive. Konako Da.
Konako.
Ma Bobia. That one. Ma Bobia.
Bobia.
Mebubia.
Yeah. Ma Bobia. That one.
Oh my God.
Of course, little things like Tenacid.
Tenacid.
Wussy form if we went somewhere. Go find me a seal. Go and get water for them.
How do you, if you want to say Brane Bedidi, how can you do?
Brane Bedidi.
Yeah.
Brane Bedidi.
Yeah. No, sorry. I wanted to say come and eat, but I rather say Brane Bedidi. Anyway. What about you? I think you can speak to
Yeah.
you quite well.
Yeah, I can see what I need to
With me, boo baby now. With me. Oh, that's great. And I woman favorite. Anyway. Now you be said, a choir, Beman fast, so be home. Now I cannot go from. Come. It is also the quick sheet. A common person, a fresh year, a choir fast to jail night. Jay and one penny, the chain, and the tears, and now we're one touch.
Okay, I'll try to say it in cheap.
Can you cheat?
Yeah. We'll be Simon down for sad. open my number until you my number and or mommy message na you didn't come kakra and you won't come osa then you jai kasa and then I don't know how to say that.
I didn't know mucha kasa. I didn't know message you can talk with be seen tina mucha kasa.
Nah, me a busy, na me a dreamer, and also like I wasn't sure if because he was talking to me now so long, like he didn't say the purpose why, so I wasn't sure where he's going, and I wasn't sure if like he was the one that God wanted me to marry. So now you jai kasa. And then now me go so Pompaya, and about July, and me catch a young couple say, "What has so yet I did in my life." Well, my bravo,
Good.
And you call convention. You have to say church members. You call America, and me go so Pompaya. Now me mommy and me mommy Kasa, said, Chris is a good boy, and these kinds of things. They were praying, and then, so you be a convention now me call El Salvador. So me call her a convention for Fro. Now me bomb Paisa, and I could Casa me home. The same name say Chris a good person, and I said Minjay. And I could Casa every First Samuel chapter 16. I said, Onyakopon will share Yakumano and tea. Like when Samuel went to go anoint, Jesse's sons, all the sons came, and then he said, "Is there any more sons left?" So when he saw, David, and then Onyakopon said, "Rise and anoint him. He is the one." So like I felt like Onyakopon catch him and said, "This is the one." So like I came back to Canada and I made. And mommy said, yes, the bell wire,
Yeah, so this one from Divine, right?
Yeah.
Wow, lucky guy, Chris. Woo! To Chris, when she was giving you all this tough time, what came to your mind?
I just thought she wasn't interested. And so I just moved on with life and I just kept pursuing God, really. I just was reading my Bible more, praying more. I wasn't sure that marriage was going to happen anytime soon during that time. I wasn't thinking about it. It wasn't even in my mind. And then one day I was just sitting down reading my Bible. And this was after when she mentioned convention, they came back from convention with the church members. Her mom called me and asked me to pray about it some more. And it was maybe a few days after that, I was just sitting down reading my Bible. And the Lord said, what are you waiting for? She's yours.
Wow.
The reason why that's important is because before her, there were 3 other people I was pursuing. And each time the Lord said, wait. And I didn't know if God wanted me to wait for somebody else or wait for that person to be ready. But it was always clear, wait. And this time God said, what are you waiting for?
If you don't mind, how old are you?
31.
31? My name?
28.
28. Oh, nice pair. So 3 different. That's great. That's great. That's great. So what's your goal? What are you expecting now? What do you want God to do for you? Once you have her, what's your expectation?
My expectation is that God will show us why He's bringing us together. Not just for us to be together, but we know that God has a purpose for our lives. He had a purpose for our lives before we were together, and now He has to have a purpose now that we're together to do His will in some way. So I want to see what God will use us both to do, to serve Him in whichever way He wants us to serve Him. I'm waiting to see what that will be.
Okay. Abena, right? Or Barbara, at the end, as I say, oh, shit, and you must say, and your mother will come.
Basically, on your sister, your character, and you can say yeah to say Christo. So marriage is one of the ways you can become.
Yeah, country.
Oh, but I cannot say anything. It's too hard. Okay. I can't remember the words.
No problem.
up, you guys can correct me. Ewa, how do you say marriage? Yare, no. Awariye. Oh, ewa, awariye. Good to me, you know, practice being like Christ. Yeah, you can practice being like Christ. You have to learn how to communicate better. You can learn how to, just like living with someone, that's like difficult, right? And just practicing the oneness that, you know, God shows us in the Bible. So, yeah.
Chris, do you have few people you want to give some shout out to them? All right. Before you give shout out to anyone you want to, let me ask this. People are watching you outside there. What advice are you giving to them? Like those who are waiting like you, and now you get yours, right? Perfect one.
Yeah.
So advise them for me.
I would say make sure you yourself know God. So work on yourself, your character, your spirituality, knowing God first before you go and look to add someone else to your life. So once you have that in order, God is first in your life, then you'll be able to receive the one that God's preparing for you. And while you're waiting, know that God is also preparing someone else too. So during the wait, do things, you know, help your church, do things in the community, develop yourself and know God. And then at the right time, you'll be able to add someone else to your life. That's what I would say.
Chris, I can call you a pastor now because the way you always based on Bible. So, Pastor Chris, what do you have for us? Those who are also waiting like you. Some people, they don't have time. If you tell them, wait, I'm praying about it, then they go other way. So, what advice would you give?
The best advice I can give to those people is you have to trust God's timing. There is no perfect or better time than God's time. Everyone I know personally who did not wait, all of them regret it, not waiting. When you wait, God gives you his best. When you don't wait, you're going to pursue what you think is best, but it's never as good as what God has. The best way I can describe with me and Lisa is if you imagine, we all imagine what the perfect person is going to be like. We all imagine what a perfect spouse is going to be like. We have that dream. So imagine that person that you've been thinking about in your mind, who that would be. And now imagine that God gives you nothing that looks like that, but is so much better than what you could have imagined. You can only get that when you wait for God's timing. The wait is always worth it. It is never worth it to rush. It is never worth it to try to do it your own way. You need to wait. And you probably heard that your whole life, but you're going to keep hearing it because it's always